All right, let's talk about your venue's website. I bet you're proud of it. It's beautiful, it's polished, and hey, it brings in business. But what if I told you that same website, the one you've poured so much into, is also a huge source of operational friction behind the scenes? Yeah, let's get into that. So, let's just cut right to the chase. Here's the core idea, the whole thing in a nutshell. Your venue website is not built to run events. It's designed to sell events, to attract people. And that one little difference, that's the key to everything we're about to unpack. It's a game changer once you see it. And this is where you can really see the tension. On one hand, you've got your website as a marketing tool. It's fantastic at its job, creating desire, making couples dream about their big day in your space. But then there's the other side of the coin, the operational infrastructure. The actual nuts and bolts of managing the event's execution. And the argument here is simple. One is not the other. And when you try to make your marketing tool do an operator's job, that's where the trouble starts. Okay, so that leads us right into our first big idea, the brochure illusion. We're going to look at what your website does incredibly well, and, ironically, why those very strengths make it completely wrong for the job of actually running an event. And look, I get it. Your site is basically a stunning digital brochure. It's got that gorgeous venue imagery, the perfectly curated styled shoots, those glowing testimonials, all leading to that all-important inquiry form. And it works. It creates that desire perfectly. But here's the thing. That's where its job is supposed to end.
So what happens next? The couple signs, the deposit is paid, and the website's work is done. But yours is just beginning. This is what our source material calls post-booking chaos.
So I want you to be really honest with yourself for a second. The contract is signed, everyone's excited. Now what? Where does the real work happen? The detailed, messy, constantly changing back and forth of planning the actual day?
Does it happen here? In those massive, never-ending email chains where key decisions just get lost?
Or maybe it's over here. Quick, easy WhatsApp messages that are impossible to track and totally disconnected from everything else. Oh, and I know you know this one. PDF attachments, right? You sent out a timeline called Final, then Final V2, and my personal favorite, use this one, Final Final. Which one is the florist looking at? Do you even know? And of course, the spreadsheet. The Swiss Army knife for everything. But it's clunky, it's static, and your vendors can't even interact with it. If you find yourself nodding along to any of these, well, that's a huge sign that your beautiful brochure website has left your operations completely stranded. A few messy emails for one event might seem fine. You can handle it. But that messy, fragmented approach, it absolutely does not scale. Let's talk about the real cost of this chaos when your business starts to grow.
You can see how this plays out, right? When you're doing one event a month, yeah, you can keep it all in your head. It's manageable. But then you get to 4 a month and the pressure starts to build. That's stress. You feel it. And then you hit 10 or more. That's not just stress anymore. That's full-on chaos. The system isn't just creaking, it's breaking.
And that chaos has real costs, hidden ones. Your staff ends up spending all their time just playing telephone, relaying information back and forth. Your clients? They become unwilling project managers, stuck in the middle between you and their vendors. Your suppliers are all working off different documents, creating confusion on the day. And when things go wrong, who's accountable? It's all a blur. At the end of the day, all that friction gets absorbed by your team. And that's not just burnout, that's money. Okay, so we've really dug into the problem. It's a big one. So what's the fix? The solution proposed here is to move from that static brochure to something totally different, a dynamic system built for execution. And that system has a name, an event operating system. Just think of it as the brain of your operation, the layer that your website is completely missing. It's not for marketing, it's a single, central, dynamic place designed specifically to handle all the live, moving parts of an actual event.
And this right here, this is the aha moment. Just look at the difference. Version control on your website? It doesn't exist. In an operating system, it's centralized. A portal for your suppliers to get info directly? Nope, but an OS has one. Timeline management? You're emailing static PDFs. An OS has a live, dynamic timeline everyone can see. It's not just a little better, it's a completely different way of working. One is for showing off, the other is for getting things done.
So you might be thinking, okay, that's a lot of operational jargon, but what's the real payoff here? Well, it's because your reputation isn't just built on pretty pictures. It's built on something much, much deeper. Think about it. Months after the wedding, what do the couples and their guests really talk about? They remember how the day felt. Did everything flow seamlessly? Were all the vendors working together like a well-oiled machine? Was the couple actually able to relax and enjoy it? That feeling of effortless execution, that's what builds a five-star reputation, not just the photos they saw on your website a year ago. So this is the real bottom line. Investing in a proper operational system isn't an expense. It's a massive strategic advantage. You gain true authority over your events. Your staff aren't constantly putting out fires, so burnout goes way down. Suppliers love working with you because you're organized, and all of that leads directly to the Holy Grail: more and better referrals.
And this just says it all, doesn't it? It's the whole argument in one powerful sentence. Your beautiful website is a brochure. It's critical, yes, but for marketing. Brochures don't run events. Systems do. So I'll just leave you with this one last question to chew on. Take a second and look past the beautiful gallery on your website. Think about the actual experience on the ground during your last event. What is your reputation really being built on? The illusion from the brochure or the reality of the execution? It's something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.